Hey everyone, this is Jim Delicali. I want to talk to you just a little bit about the planet Pluto and the influences that you can see and expect to deal with as we move forward. Pluto is a very slow moving planet. It's the farthest of the planets that we consider in our zodiac at this time, and it transits through the zodiac or through the solar system in a 248-year cycle. Pluto came to the last Earth sign of Capricorn in 2009. And if you look and subtract 248, approximately you're going to get to 1760 when Pluto last transited the sign of Capricorn. It stayed there until 1777. I don't have to tell you much about that time and point in history, other than the fact that now that Pluto has come back to finally visit Capricorn again, we're dealing with the same type of energies. Pluto destroys anything that has been created that is not timeless. Pluto is death, but in death there's always rebirth. So Pluto will bring endings to things that are no longer useful in your life to then bring a beginning or bring a new or bring something that is miraculous back to you. So when all things seem lost, Pluto rears its miraculous side and brings to you then something which is life again, or renew or anew. Now, because Pluto's in Capricorn, we got to look at all the Capricornian areas of life that fall under the reign of Capricorn, and that will include government, that will include the monetary system, that will include military, that includes real estate, it includes structures of all types. It includes systems of all types that get put in place to kind of try to keep things so-called orderly. But when Pluto comes to Capricorn, if it's not orderly for the masses, then Pluto destroys. I've been talking to this energy since 2006, 2007, seeing what was coming. And it's way more than I even imagined. What happens with Pluto is it always deals kind of subtly at first, under the radar screen, so to speak. So it's tough to pick up. And the revelations from Pluto end up being extreme, because sometimes Pluto will hide how it's going to emerge. Pluto rules from beneath the surface, and then it'll rise as it needs to awaken the individual, awaken the soul. So if you're very in touch with who you are, Pluto is very subtle, and you pick up on the energies and hopefully don't have to deal with extreme events. If you're not in touch with your soul, or if you're struggling and are disconnected in any way, shape, or form, Pluto then emerges with some violent kind of ugliness, which is what we're seeing on a grand scale, planetary-wise. Pluto likes to deal with hidden. We're dealing with a lot of hidden things right now. Information that's being given is not being given completely. Information that's being given is being changed. This is all Pluto. Pluto likes to mix it up, try to confuse it. So as events emerge, as time passes, if you start doing the work, you have to do work when Pluto's involved, and you start digging and discovering and researching, you start finding out your answers. This is what's going on. That's why the masses are awakening. Pluto rules on a grand scale. Remember that always. Because it's the last of the energetic fields that we deal with in our solar system. It's the message, I believe, from the universe in its most direct form. So the universe is screaming at us to wake up. This life that we've led up to this point is not sustainable. There's something more. There's a miracle on the horizon, and we've got to go get it. So think about this, because Pluto's going to be in Capricorn until approximately 2024. We've got a lot of time here, but we are in the heart of it. We're at 7 degrees Capricorn right now, and we are being asked to step up, go after that which our soul desires, or which our soul is trying to guide us to. Wake up to who you are. You can tap into powers that are 100 times of what you could imagine them being, maybe even 1,000 times. So Pluto has that strength. It's that energy that when all seems lost, the miracle or faith or a belief system emerges that carries us and catapults us up and away from that. We're in that energy, and there has never been a time in society with all the planets squaring in opposition to each other, and Pluto in Capricorn. There's never been a time, in my opinion, that we cannot move or that we are stuck. There's never been a time that we could take more action than now. So we're not stuck. But what we got to do is we got to get back into our soul, know who we are, and let that guide us into where we're going. This is going to be so important because it's up to us to continue mankind. And I believe when Pluto goes into Capricorn, this is for at least a 248-year cycle. So how do you want your children and grandchildren to go on? How do you want them? What kind of life do you want for them? What do you want them to believe in? What do you want for them? That's what we're looking for right now. And if the motivation is that you don't have children and you don't have grandchildren, but the motivation then would be for you, then what do you want? Because there's never been a better time to step up. There appears to be Pluto loves fear. So if you think that you'll be undermined or you have fear that, hey, you can't stand up, we've all got to, from the inside out, follow our soul and stand up for what it is we know and believe can come of where we are. We know we can't continue in this path. Pluto's shown us that. It's going to continue to show us that. It's going to seem destitute at times. That's what Pluto does. So when you wake up and see that there's no chance or no opportunity, Pluto will give us an opportunity. You just got to get in touch with who you are. There's a lot of changes. You totally overhaul yourself when Pluto goes into an important point or an important sign, and Capricorn is an important sign. It's how we understand the physicalness of life. So as Pluto's here, we're going to get to a deeper level, a deeper understanding of how and what things are. Any questions about this, please email me here at the YouTube channel or ypi2012.com, ypie2012.com. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. This is the awakening. This is the prelude to 2012. We're in it. We are slap in the middle of it. So let's go. We need you more than ever. And again, I'm doing my part. Come on, I'm side by side with you. So let's get after it.